today I'm going to do an awareness meditation. I'll definitely bring us right where we are right now, right here in this present moment. And as you feel the position of your body, become comfortable as you consciously invite yourself to this meditation. Bring intention and commitment to this moment. Begin with a few very deep breaths, sensing the sensations of breathing in and out. Notice the rising and falling of your belly as you breathe deeply down into your diaphragm, expanding as you breathe in and then contracting and collapsing as you breathe out. Bring your full attention to this moment and to the sensations of your body as it breathes. This meditation focuses on deepening your capacity for awareness, for freeing yourself and for allowing yourself to settle into the present moment. This may ultimately lead you to experience a clear mind and to increase your capacity to focus. You may also experience a greater capacity for insight. As you notice what arises when you are able to rest in a state of calm, while allowing thoughts to subside. In addition to assisting you in deepening your capacity to settle into the sense of presence and groundedness beneath thought, this practice can be an important support for your work in the world with others. Continuing to breathe in and out, see if you can bring your attention to the activity of the mind in this very moment. Consciously invite an examination of focusing in on thoughts which may arise as you invite these moments of sitting Bring mindful awareness to thoughts, and as you think, you're gently appreciating this is what the mind does. If any thought arises, the invitation is simply to notice your mind is thinking and let it go with a gentle appreciation of the fact that you recognize the thought itself had arisen for you. And with gentle compassion, just notice it. And as you do so, see it as a mindful moment to become aware versus engaging in it. And without judgment, gently release it and bring your attention back to the sensations of breathing and sitting. All you need to do is rest in the ease of this very moment. It may help you as you work on becoming more mindful of your thinking to imagine each thought as a cloud appearing in the blue sky. And as soon as it comes around, just imagine the clouds floating and coming together. You simply notice it and gently allow it to drift on by. Just as you might notice a cloud passing the field of the sky. Another visualization would involve a stream of water. You may see a leaf or a twig just gently floating by. Simply allow it to float away, just as we are working to allow our thoughts to float on by and dissolve. Again, bring your attention back to the sensations of sitting and being one with the breath alone. And as we sit in the still, I'm going to have a few moments of silence until you hear the sound of my voice again. And as this meditation comes to a close, gently notice in any way in which the body is experiencing its own well-being in this moment. You may place one hand over your heart in a gesture of self-compassion and appreciation for the body in this very moment. The body-mind system and the energy of being present, which has accompanied you in your experience of this meditation moment. Whether you've struggled or whether you are rested in calm, bring a sense of genuine gratitude to that within you, which has allowed you to take these moments for yourself and for your greater awareness, because it is you. Awareness itself, which may support you in being more rightly and more richly with others in the world. May you be well on this journey of yours. May you be safe. May you also be at ease. And may you be brave. Namaste. Thank you. And I like when your sides are like tight. You look really good.
All right, here we go.
Okay. Ready? One, two, three, four. Busted flat in Baton Rouge, waiting for a train, when I was feeling nearly as faded as my jeans. Bobby thumbed a diesel down just before it rained, rode us all the way to New Orleans. Well, I pulled my harpoon out of my dirty red bandana, playing soft while Bobby sang the blues. The windshield wiper slapping time, I was holding Bobby's hand in mine when we sang every song that Jiver knew. Freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose, and nothing, and that's all that Bobby left me. Yeah, feeling good was easy, Lord, when he sang the blues. But feeling good was good enough for me. Good enough for me and my Bobby McGee. From the Kentucky coal mine to the California sun, your Bobby shared the secrets of my soul. Through all kinds of weather, through everything that we've done, your Bobby, baby, kept me from the cold. One day out near Salinas, Lord, I let him slip away, looking for that home, and I hope he finds it. Well, I trade all of my tomorrows for one single yesterday, to be holding Bobby's body next to mine. Well, freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose, and nothing, and that's all that Bobby left me. Yeah, feeling good was easy, Lord, when he sang the blues. Hey, feeling good was good enough for me. Woo-hoo. Good enough for me and my Bobby McGee. Yeah, la na na, la na na na, la na 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 na, na 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 na, Bobby McGee. Yeah. La na 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 na, la na 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 na, la na 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 na, Bobby McGee. Yeah.
Welcome, everybody. It's so, hey there, baby girl. It's been a while. I'm going to get a hug from you. Okay, so I have a feeling we're just in for a really exciting day today. What do you guys think? Is my microphone on? It is? Okay, great. I want to welcome everybody to the Calgary Center for Spiritual Living. And if you are new here today, I want to explain what's going on. No, just kidding. I'm going to call your attention to this slide here. We are a faith tradition that honors all faith traditions. We understand that there are as many ways to express the divine spark that is within each of us as there are people on this earth. There are 8 billion people. That means 8 billion people who are expressing themselves, expressing their divine selves in their unique way. So there can't be just one way to believe, just one way to worship, one way to think. We live in an infinite universe. We are part of an infinite universe. Therefore, our expression is infinite. Yes? Do you agree with me? Yes. Okay. Case in point. In 33 years of attending a Center for Spiritual Living, I have never heard Bobby McGee sung as an opening number. And it was absolutely fabulous. Do you agree? Absolutely. And we baby boomers were digging the heck out of it. The younger people are like, okay, yeah, that's kind of cool. These ones over here were like, yeah. But it was just awesome. Thank you. And the reason why I think is because we're having kind of an unusual day today. And so I said to Steph, sing whatever you want. Because there isn't a specific theme, and what a great choice. What a great choice. Okay, so to continue with our baby boomer type of thing, we're going to sing our Kong song, which is Three Little Birds. So let's stand up and sing together.
Every little thing is gonna be alright. Rise up this morning, dial at the rising sun. Three little birds perched on my doorstep, singing sweet songs, a melody pure and true, saying, this is my message to you. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Don't worry about a thing. Every little thing is gonna be alright. Rise up this morning, smiled at the rising sun. Three little birds perch on my doorstep, singing sweet songs, a melody's pure and true, saying, this is my message to you. Don't worry about a thing. Every little thing is gonna be alright. Don't worry about a thing.
time for the kids to go to Fun Day. See you later. Adios. Hey, Eli. Good to see ya. Woo. You know, we're just kind of starting to get our routine back again, so I don't have a slide in sending the kids off. So it was just like, I have to remember that. So somebody who knows me really well, will you remind me to put in a send the kids off slide? Okay, thank you so much. So let me tell you what's going on here. Things are starting to get going again, for sure, for sure. This coming month, my sister, who is a practitioner, is going to be here in Calgary. She's coming to visit me, and she's going to be doing 2 workshops. It's the same workshop. She's just offering it twice. Thursday night, June 9th from 6:30 to 9, and Saturday, June 11th from 12 to 2:30. And that way you sagers can get there in time. And what we're going to be doing is making these things called soul cards. And you know what? I'm going to pass them around just so that you can have an idea of what it is that I'm talking about. She brings with her hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of cool images. And then we go and we choose images that speak to us, and then we put them on these cardboard cards and cover it with plastic so that they stay safe. And there's something super intuitive about doing this that we can say on the back of there are who am I becoming? And I think her questions for this time are, how am I different having gone through the pandemic? How am I different? And so everything about this is very intuitive. It's very deep. So if this calls to you, you can come to both of them. You can come to one or the other. There is a sign-up sheet out in the lobby. It's $20, and you can just pay that day. Just show up. But if you're planning on coming, we'd like to have you sign up so that we can kind of have an idea of how many people are going to come. So sign up, but you don't have to pay unless you want to. You can send an e-transfer and put soul in the memo and let us know that you're coming for that. But it's pretty cool. I just got to tell you, it's pretty cool. Nod your heads. Those of you who've been through it, you know what I'm talking about. It's pretty cool. All right. Stampanada. Stampanada. You know, I make stuff up. So we are going to have a Stampede/Canada Day party. June 26th, right after service, Big T's Barbecue is providing the food. It's a $10 love donation or suggested, and it's going to be pulled pork, coleslaw, beans, maybe a pop. I can't actually remember what everything is. And because Leslie is so awesome, she's also providing gluten-free and vegetarian options as well. Yeah, I know. So, so excuse me, we'll have a bit of a sign-up sheet just again so we know how many people to expect to come, but everybody's welcome, and we're so happy that you're going to be part of us. Our Love Stream people, I forgot to say hi to you. Hi! Everybody turn around and say hi to George Clooney. Hi! Oh my gosh, you guys, sorry. You've got a full house here, semi-full. Anyway, you can come down too. Yes, come down for the Stampanada party on June 6th. We'll be giving you more information as we come along. June 26th. What did I say? 26th. Okay, whatever's written there is right. What comes out of here, as you're about to find out. So we have ongoing groups every week here at the center. I believe the Consciousness Seekers is still meeting. Is that correct? Seekers have not gone on summer hiatus yet. That's Mondays at 7. Coffee with Dr. Pat. You guys are stuck with me because I don't go on vacation very often. So, I'm going to keep doing it. Thursday meditation, Thursdays at 7. The Saging Circle is this Saturday was their last time until September. And then Laughter Yoga is the first Tuesday of the month. So Sharon, what day is that?
That is June 7th, and it's at 12:15 at lunchtime for half an hour, so that everybody can have a humor break in the middle of their day and just get through the rest of the week. It's a very spiritual experience.
Awesome. So that is Tuesday the 7th from 12:15 to 12:45. All of the information for this is on the website and also in the newsletter, all the Zoom codes and everything else. So that lets you know what's going on. So now we got business taken care of. Now we're going to go into our more sacred portion of our service. So I'm going to invite Connie Chow to come up. She's going to give us our spiritual mind treatment. And I'm also going to invite all of the ministers and practitioners who are present in the house to please come forward also. Because we were we weren't here for so long, you may not know who all of our ministers and practitioners are. And I just want you to have a chance to see them. They are here to serve you. Thank you, Doug. They are here to serve you after service. If you're here in person, if you see them wearing a scarf, that they'll do spiritual mind treatment on your behalf. Not a full-on session, but they will treat for you. Those of you online, we're still working on a solution. And we know that there is one for you as well to have treatment after service. So would you give these lovely people a hand? And now Connie is going to give us our treatment as Steph takes us through a beautiful chant. So just go within.
If you listen to yourself in the quietude, you might hear the voice of God. If you listen to yourself in the quietude, you might hear the voice of God. If you listen to yourself in the quietude, you might hear the voice of God. If you listen to yourself in the quietude, you might hear the voice of God.
As we listen, and we hear ourselves, we know that there is one power, one infinite intelligence, one love, one mind. It is joy, it is harmony, it is courage, and it is resilience. It is everything. It is the power and presence of all. And in knowing this one power, I know that I am it, and it is me. It is the all-knowingness, and it is the only thing. And for what I know for myself, I also hold this truth for each and every single one of us here today. And to everyone watching on the live stream as well. Or for all the ones who couldn't make it here today, presence and your energy, it is it as well. And with everything that is happening, as this collective love we hold for each other and everyone out in the world, we are holding hands, fingertips to fingertips. And the hugs are there. And love is the answer. Nothing changes with that. And so we rest knowing this is the very truth of it all. And I am so grateful. I'm so grateful for this time that we have together today. And so as I release my word into the law, knowing that it is already spoken as said, as together we affirm, and so it is.
If you listen to yourself in the quietude, you might hear the voice of God. If you listen to yourself in the quietude, you might hear the voice of God.
And so now we will say our vision statement and together. The Calgary Center for Spiritual Living is a beacon of spiritual illumination that inspires individuals to reveal their wholeness, co-creating a world that works for everyone. And then how we do that with our mission statement. The Calgary Center for Spiritual Living makes accessible a way of living and thinking that reveals one's spiritual magnificence and personal power. We co-create a conducive community that fosters an expansion of consciousness.
Thank you, Connie. Monica, could I talk to you for just a second? You're not in trouble. Thank you. Thank you. Monica. Oh, thank you. Would you go to my office and get my... I have to get a little instruction. I'm sorry. Thank you, practitioners, and thank you, Connie and Steph, for that beautiful moment, sacred moment. So, the world is topsy-turvy right now. And it's a challenge sometimes to remember what we know. And I didn't know that this song was going to be quite as impactful as it was until I heard them rehearsing it this morning. So I'd like you to think about what the lyrics are, what the words are to this song as Steph and Elevation sing it. Thank you, darling. I wasn't going to be able to see without my glasses. So please welcome Elevation featuring today Steph Chapman and Oliver Miguel on sax.
You're broken down and tired of living life on a merry-go-round. You can't find the fighter, but I see it in you, so we can walk it out. Move mountains, we're gonna walk it out. Move mountains, and we'll rise up, rise like the day. I'll rise up, rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up high like the wind. silence isn't quiet, and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe. I know you feel like dying, but I promise we'll make the world to its feet. Move mountains, bring it to its feet. In spite of the ache, we'll rise 1,000 times again. And we'll rise up high like the waves. We'll rise up in spite of the ache. We'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you.
Beautiful. Elevation with Steph, Oliver, Luis, Lisa. Goodness gracious. Thank you. Could you lift this up because it's heavier? Thank you. Actually, we could do like that, and then you could do that. Yeah, thank you.
This up there?
Yep. I don't use props too often, do I? Pardon me? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So let's breathe together, shall we? Just taking a deep breath. And again. And one more time at your own pace, please. Thank you, as always, for breathing with me. I know it beats the alternative, but I always appreciate people breathing with me. The reason I have my props here is because I was at a seminar all weekend, Friday night and all day yesterday, and it was pretty intense. And I knew that I wasn't going to have an opportunity to put my usual prep into a talk. So when that happens, or I just come back from a trip, I often do something called pick a page. And it's really fun, and it's really different. So what's going to happen here in just a few moments is that somebody's going to call out a page number, except for Doug Craig, and then and somebody else is going to call out a paragraph number, and I'm going to read it, and then I'm going to speak on it extemporaneously and spontaneously. What do you think, hey? Yeah, we'll see. But before I start this, we have a number of new people who are part of our community now, both in our live stream and also people here. So what I want to tell you before I start this is that we are not a lone center right here in Calgary, Alberta. We are part of a much larger organization called Centers for Spiritual Living. And it is based on the writings of a wonderfully brilliant, heartfelt man by the name of Ernest Holmes. And Ernest Holmes, back in the day, synthesized a bunch of different things. And he synthesized religion and spirituality and science and philosophy. And he studied all the philosophers, his science to the best of his ability, and he put it all together in a teaching that is called the science of mind. Don't let that get mixed up with Scientology, which happens a lot. We're not that. We are Science of Mind, Centers for Spiritual Living. And Ernest Holmes wrote a book called The Science of Mind. The original one was written in 1926. The one that we are most familiar with was edited and re-released in 1938. However, and so that's the one that I was trained with. It's basically the same book, just had some things taken out and put in. So if you are fairly new to the teaching, your version of the Science of Mind probably looks like this. It's a soft cover. It's got lots and lots and lots of words in it. And sometimes it's easy to understand, and other times it's like, I don't understand what the hell this guy is talking about. But this is, raise your hand if you have this version, some sort of this version. So, yeah, that's what I thought. So this one is pretty common. What I have, however, I'm going to share this one with you. Every once in a while, I receive gifts. And this broken down and tired book is actually one of the, published long, long ago. But the reason why I love it is that it has Ernest Holmes' autograph in it. So if you ever want to see what that looks like, there it is. To somebody, sincerely yours, Ernest Holmes. And it looks like it was signed in 1942. So this is a pretty wore out version of it with somebody's notes in it, but I keep it because somebody gave it to me and it's special to me. When I received either my ordination or my doctorate, I was given this beautiful version, which is leather bound. Not only is it a leather carrier, but it's also a leather-bound book, The Science of Mind, and it has my name right here on it. Very special, never been written in, never been highlighted, but it's special to me because it was a gift and it was for a special occasion. Same book. The one I work out of is the one I got with my first Science of Mind class, in 1990. Do the math. It was a while ago, and the reason it is in this binder is because it looks a little something like this. Val's nodding her head. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Has many highlights. This one has 3 different highlight colors. It's got writing in the wings. It's just my really well-used, and lots of exclamation points, my really well-used and well-researched book. So this is the one we're going to work out today. I want to say, all of these books have exactly the same words, right? But this one's got all that energy from years and years and years of study, okay? So here's what's going to happen. Now let me get organized here. I'm going to use you. I'm not going to use you guys, but I do need you. And online people, we're going to do our best to accommodate you as well. So I'm going to take a page and a paragraph from the audience, and then we'll take one from you. Then we'll take one from the audience, and then we'll take one from you. Does that sound like fair? That sound like even? Okay, there are... Whoa. You know, if all those pages had spilled out, I don't know, I'd ever put it back together again. I'm not going to take us through the glossary, and I'm not going to... Okay, so there are, from page 25, because it starts on page 25, to page 567. 25 to 567. Whoa, I'm not sure that's going to work. Okay. And you're going to call out a page. Maggie. 86. Okay. Here we go. Are you guys ready? Am I ready? 85, 86. Okay. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 paragraphs. 3. Okay. So we're on page 86, paragraph 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, what he says here, this is under the chapter of spirit, and it's under the heading of metaphysics and physics. So I need to explain something before I go there, and no, I'm not delaying. Okay, so metaphysics is kind of a funny word that not everybody understands. It sounds ooh, woo, woo, woo. But metaphysics is actually a branch of philosophy. And metaphysics is, meta means beyond. And so when we talk about metaphysics in this teaching, we are talking about going beyond physics, going beyond what we know, going beyond what our 5 senses will tell us. Can I taste it? Can I see it? Can I touch it? Can I smell it? Can I hear it? Those are our 5 senses. So Jesus taught us, judge not by appearances. But we do judge by appearances because we can see it, smell it, taste it, feel it, hear it. And so that's what we do. So metaphysics says that there is something beyond that. So that's what we talk about when we talk about metaphysics. So it's not a word that I made up, and it's not something woo-woo. It's something tangible, metaphysics. So what paragraph was that? Okay, so he says here, to redo, I got to go to the first paragraph first. Okay, the laws of mind or spirit are not different than the laws of chemistry and physics. Metaphysics begins where physics leaves off. Didn't I just say that? I just said that. Wow, I know stuff. Everything is movement. Everything that we can take hold of and analyze, all things in the physical world or in the world of form are in a certain rate of vibration and are an effect, cause and effect. This is the result of an infinite thinker thinking mathematically. I'm not going to explain that because that's not the paragraph that Suzanne chose. He goes on to say, to reduce this proposition to the practical life of the individual, our belief is that anything the mind thinks, it can unthink. In other words, it is not bound by what went before it. So I'm going to say that again. Our belief is that anything the mind thinks, it can unthink. It, therefore, by the law of cause and effect, we have produced unpleasant conditions. We should be able, by this same law, to produce an entirely different effect. Okay, boy, that's like a science of mind class. That's like a foundations class, and all in one paragraph right there. So we believe that our thoughts are powerful. And the reason that our thoughts are powerful is because we are part of the infinite. We are part of, how did he put it here? The infinite thinker. We are part of it. There is no separation between us and the universe, between us and all the wisdom and intelligence of the universe. We are part of it. We are a drop in the ocean. Doesn't mean we are the entire ocean, but it means that we have all of the same ingredients as the ocean. Each one of us individualized drops of that. Therefore, our thinking is creative. So what this is saying is, if my mind, if the thoughts that I had from December 24th, 1956, do the math, until today, my life is an exact replica of everything I have thought up to this moment. But if there is something that I am not digging about my life, I realize that I created it with my thinking. Therefore, I can rethink it and bring about a different result. How many of you done that before? Absolutely. Look around the room if you're like, what is this woman talking about? Absolutely. Our thinking is creative. Our thought is creative. Now, it could be said, well, no, just wait a minute here. That doesn't make sense. I didn't create this that's going on in my life. Well, no, not consciously. People don't set out to consciously mess up their life. But if you could trace everything that you have ever thought, experienced, lived, heard from December 24th, 1956 until now, you might be able to trace back a cause thought, a causal thought that possibly set something in motion. The beauty of that is, I had that thought, I don't like it anymore, I don't want it anymore, therefore I am changing my thought, which begins a brand new total trajectory. The problem is, I'm going too long on this one, but that's okay. The problem is that so often we think that we're thinking new thoughts, but we're not. We're thinking the same old thought over and over and over again. Any habitual thinkers here? And we're like, why isn't my life changing? 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 Maybe because you're thinking the same thing over and over and over again. You may give it slightly different verbiage, but you have those habitual thoughts that are showing up in your life. Okay? Good? All right. Could I have my water, please? These are not my minions, by the way. It may appear as if they're my minions, but they're actually my friends. Thank you, my friend. All right. I think I'm going to move on from that. So, love stream. 33. Okay, hold on. That didn't sound like the voice of God. I was expecting... Okay, 33. Oh, you know what? I must like this page because I've got exclamation points, 2 different colors. Okay, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 paragraphs. 2. That's the one that has the most in it. Okay. So let's see what happens here. This is under the chapter, the very first chapter, called The Thing Itself. I always thought it was so funny when I first came into this teacher, and he actually referred to God, whatever you want to call God, as the thing. And my generation, the thing was like a movie, right? Was it like a scary, it was a spider, wasn't it? or something. I don't know. And so the thing itself, oh my gosh. But what he was trying to explain is if we put a name to it, it limits it. So what he is just saying is that it's this thing. It's this thing itself that we're talking about. And that's how, this is the languaging he was using back in 1926, He was trying to convince people of some pretty out there stuff then. Now we hear it and we're just like, yeah, okay, the thing itself. Here we go. I just looked up in the lights. I am totally blind right now. But I will persevere. Okay. So under the thing itself, the heading of that is learning to trust will make us happy. Boy, I could talk about that, but I'm not going to because I said it was pick a page, not pick what I want to talk about. Okay. It says here, nature seems to await our comprehension of her. It's capitalized N for nature. One of the things that you will find out is when you're studying the science of mind, if the word is capitalized, it means some aspect of the divine, some aspect of God. So he says here, nature seems to await our comprehension of her, and since she is governed by immutable laws, what's an immutable, God, I'm just like a teacher now. What's an immutable law of physics? Gravity. Yes, okay. Immutable means unchanging. So gravity is an immutable law of physics. Mathematics is an immutable law. Now that's funny as all get out coming from me because I am not a math person. But I understand that if there is a mistake in math, it is always, always, always operator error. It is never math that goes, oh gosh, today I just don't feel that 2 and 2 equals 4. You know what? I'm not feeling it. It's not in my karma today. No, 4 and 4, 2 and 2 equals 4 for everybody all the time. It is an immutable law, okay? So now we're talking about spiritual immutable laws. So those are physical laws, spiritual immutable laws. Now I'll start over again. Nature seems to await our comprehension of her, and since she is governed by immutable laws, the ignorance of which excuses no man from their efforts, the bondage of humanity must be a result of our ignorance of the true nature of reality. Ignorance is a great word. We think it's an insult. Oh God, you are so ignorant. How many Saturday Night Live, old-time Saturday Night Live people? Then you know how that word was used, right? Jane, you ignorant, don't say it, blank, okay? So we think that it's an insult. It's like, oh, you're so ignorant. You know what ignorant means? It's you don't know. You don't know. And ignorance is you don't know that you don't know. You're ignorant of something. So those of us who keep misusing these laws that I'm talking about are ignorant of the law. It's not that they're stupid. It's not that they're anything. It's that they are ignorant. So what he is saying here, God, I love Ernest Holmes. The ignorance of which excuses no man from their efforts. That's gravity. Even if I say I'm not going to believe in gravity today. Gravity's like, okay, oh well, you're going to still fall. Going to happen. The bondage of humanity must be the result of our ignorance of the true nature of reality. The storehouse of nature may be filled with good, but this good is locked to the ignorant. The key to this door is held in the mind of intelligence, working in accordance with universal law. Through experience, man learns what is really good and satisfying, what is truly worthwhile. As his intelligence or his awareness, I added that word, his awareness increases, as his capacity to understand the subtle laws of nature grows, he will gradually be set free. As he learns the truth will automatically free him. Okay, so in a nutshell, that's a lot of words. This is one of the advantages you take a class like a foundations class, which we'll be teaching this fall, is because you try to read this book and it's like, what? But then you read it as part of a group. You read it with me to interpret it, and you're like, oh, that does make sense. That word is capitalized. It must mean God. So, going back to this, is this interesting or am I just amusing myself? Okay. Because I am amusing myself. So, okay, good. The storehouse of nature may be filled with good, but the good is locked to the ignorant. So what he is saying is there is this limitless possibility. We can't even comprehend limitless possibility. But just try it for a minute. Think of everything you think is possible and realize that's not even a drop in the bucket of what is possible, of what can be created. Thank you, Spirit. So, we have somebody in our community who is turning 98 years old. Think about, so she was born, that would mean she was born in like 1920 something. That's math, okay? You know, math is not my friend, but I do understand it. So she was born in 1920 something. Thank you. So just think about everything that has been invented since 1924. It's incomprehensible. Think about that everything has been invented since December 24th, 1956. Think about everything that has been invented since 1970. Think about everything that has been invented since 2000. Think about everything that's been invented since 2020. Think about everything that's been invented this year. Okay? Are you starting to get the idea of this limitless? What Marion experienced in 1924 and above, things were moving like this. And now things are moving like this. And inventions are happening. So, going back to what Holmes said, hold on. The storehouse of nature may be filled with good, but good is locked to the ignorant. In 1924, they didn't know what the internet was. They didn't hardly even know what a telephone was. They didn't know what an automobile was. They didn't know what a jet was. They didn't know what a calculator was. But as they learned more was available to them. Yes? The key to this door is held in the mind of intelligence working in accordance with universal law. So, every time you come here, every time you take a class, every time you read a book, every time you have a meaningful conversation with someone that causes your consciousness to go, whoop, that's growth. You're less ignorant than you were, and more is available to you. I got to point out my friend here in the back, my friend Robert. Robert, I didn't tell you I was going to talk about you. Since I've known Robert is the most thirsty student I've ever known in my life. He takes every class. He takes every seminar, he reads, he listens to podcasts, and Robert is a mature man. You know, he's a successful, that was kind, wasn't it, Robert? He is a mature man, he is a successful man. He could absolutely rest on his laurels and just live. But he has never will give up this quest for more knowledge, for more intelligence, for an expanded consciousness. Let's all be like Robert. Yes? Okay? So I'm going to do one more, but I'm going to make it quick because this was only 2. I only got through 2 pick-a-pages. Okay. Doug. Wait, I'm going to do Doug's. See, now you know why I didn't call on him. I didn't call on him because I know he's lying in wait. 282. All right. Okay, it's good. Got to give it to you. It's in the chapter of mental equivalence, and I'm going to do it fast, okay? Because your time is precious. All right. Stay with the one with a capital O. Stay with the one and never deviate from it. Never leave it for a moment. Nothing else can equal this attitude. To desert the truth in the hour of need is to prove that we do not know the truth. Thank you. I'm not going to go any further than that. I'm going to speak to that for just a moment. "19 children were shot in their classroom on Tuesday, and 2 teachers. 19 10-year-olds, 9 and 10-year-olds. And it would be really, really easy to desert the truth in our hour of need and to say all of this is just bullshit. It would be easy to do that. And I would be willing to bet that there are a lot of people who are just throwing up their hands in absolute whatever. And yet, this is exactly the time that we adhere to the truth of our being. This is exactly the time that we say we're going to rise up. Oh, I promised myself I wasn't going to do this. We rise up in spite of the ache. We rise up and we do it again. And we can say God is all there is. Love is all there is. Peace is all there is. In spite of the ache, in spite of the news, in spite of a war in Ukraine. We stick to our truth and know that the impulse of the universe is love. And people who commit acts like that and people who condone acts like that are ignorant of the truth. And it is our job to continue to shine our light and to bring light to the ignorance. And that's all I got to say about that. Next week, I'll be back to telling jokes, okay? Okay. You guys ready? All right. Luis, could you please take this down and be careful of those books? Thanks, sweetie. All right, thank you. All right. Let's hear some music, shall we? Please welcome Elevation.
look at this mountain, so many heartaches away, that I can't help but wonder where's the other side. I've got to be honest, I've got my doubts. These tears are asking me, what's this got to do with love? Baby, I'll tell you something to help us through this long, dark night. When this trouble passes over, you and I will walk away, knowing that our love survived another test of fate. You and I can walk on water, river rises, we rise above, knowing that our love right now. Trust me, baby, this is love. Love isn't easy. I'm torn, I confess. When our heart is uncertain, it's bound to second guess. This love won't forsake us, so dry your tears, I promise you. Oh, when this trouble passes over, you and I will walk away, knowing that our love survived another test of fate. You and I can walk on water, the river rises, we rise above. It may not look that way right now, but trust me, baby, this is love. I'm here for you, baby. There's nothing I want more. Our day's coming when we'll reach that peaceful shore. When your trouble passes over, you and I will walk away, knowing that our love survived another test of fate. You and I can walk on water, the river rises, we rise above. It may not look that way right now, but trust me, baby, this is love. One more mountain, hey, so what? Trust me, baby, this is love.
Steph Chapman, Oliver Miguel, Louise Tovar, Lisa Jacobs. That is elevation. And I gotta tell you, I didn't know she was singing that song. I never even knew that song existed until just now. No, never heard it before in my life. Didn't know she was singing it, nothing. This is what we talk about when we begin to expand our consciousness, when we begin to expand what is possible. After this talk today, to hear that song, and you think there isn't divine intelligence at work? Holy smokes. Would you guys switch the slide, because I left my clicker down at the chair. Next one, thank you. So this is our, thank you, Sharon Minion. Thank you. So this is our time where we're going to support the center financially. The biggest support you can possibly do is to be here. Whether you're on Lovestream, whether you're here in person, this is the greatest support that you can give to us and to the world. And we are a business, and it takes money to run a business. And so we ask that you support it in the best way that you know how. If you are online, you can send an e-transfer, go to the website, send a check, call the office, sign up for conscious commitment. And so everyone, if you will take your tithe, your gift, your offering, your donation, hold it to your heart. And let's say our conscious giving affirmation together. I live in a universe of abundance. As I freely and joyfully give, I join in the divine flow, and all that I give returns to me multiplied abundantly. I am so blessed, and so it is. And so it is. And we sing, I thank love.
I thank love for everything. 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 I thank love for everything.
Thank you, Franny. Okay, so once again, I forgot to bring the children in. So can we, Valda, so that if they're ready to come in. I know I'm just not in my routine yet with the kids. But we love them. Please keep bringing your kids. We're so happy. And if they don't want to come in, we'll do our... They're coming? Okay, okay. You guys got a song for the kids?
Rubber ducky?
Rubber ducky? Okay.
Let me do that one.
Okay.
We really need the kids in here today.
Ready? We'll just do the A. We'll repeat. Start at A. One,
Yep.
two, bye-bye.
Today we went through the colors of the rainbow. We just talked a little bit about what that means. More so how everybody sees the rainbow a little bit differently. So none of us see orange the same way. None of us see red the same way. And that's the beautiful thing about it. So we've made a rainbow poster that's out and drying in the front. It's just on the ground. And then what did we learn today? What did I teach you guys? Can you say it in unison? Why? Yeah, milk is pink.
Thank you, and kids, we love you. We're really happy you're here. We're really happy you're here. Okay, so sign up for soul cards. We'll have a sign up for the Stamp Canada here in just a little bit, but now we're going to send some love. Okay, so what we do is we rub our hands together. We get all that good love going, and then we're going to send it out into the world, to wherever it's needed. Mine's going to Texas. I don't know about the rest of you, okay? On a count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Whoosh. Have a beautiful week. Have a beautiful week. Thanks for coming.